There are a lot of people that love Pokemon, and I call those people dumbasses. Hold on. You know what? I woke up on bad timing today. Let me try that again. If you like Pokemons, that means you're a piece of shit human. Wait, hold on. That's not the vibe I was trying to get. That's not the vibe I was going for. Let's try this one last time. In my personal opinion, the Pokemon games put me to sleep, religiously at that. Different people have different preferences. I understand that. Over the course of your life as an individual, you'll realize that you have different tastes based on the environment you grew up in and where you're currently at. One specific example I could think of is console gaming versus PC gaming. While I understand there are benefits to console gaming, logistically, it's smarter to just build a PC for the simple fact that knowing how to build a PC is a good skill set. You know, technology is the future, blah, 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 blah. Not only the amount, but also the variety of experiences that building a PC offers are way more robust than if you were to use a standardized console. If you're a gameplay first person and you don't mind trying out more experimental types of games, PC is definitely the place to be. Almost all indie games are on PC first, if not primarily, most of the time exclusively. Generally speaking, playing games on PC allows you to control your experience better. Not only do I mean in terms of settings such as FOV sliders and being able to play with frame rates and kooky stuff like that, you're also able to more easily install mods than if you were playing on console. Meaning at all. Also, if you like playing old school games, on PC you can play Def Jam Vendetta or Joy Mech Fighters. It's great! PC is again the place to be, not only because of emulators, but because you'll be surprised to find out that a lot of the time, older PC games work with less hiccups and restrictions. Also, backwards compatibility is free! Like, fuck you mean I gotta pay for a PS3 game? Dog, that's a 10-year-old console! If you try to play a PlayStation game from 2002 on a modern day PlayStation, that's not gonna work out for you. And to further show you how stupid this is, I have all the BioShock games and, where is it? Oh, I have to go into my purchase library. What is that right there? What is that right there? What is that right there? I own the game, but guess what? Even though I have the disc for the game that I brought on PS3, because I never brought it on PS5 or 4, I would have to rebuy the game if I wanted to play it. I would, let's really think about that. I would have to rebuy a game I already purchased like 5 years before this console came out. Like, what, bro? But if you wanted to play a PC game from 2002 on a modern day PC, it's more likely to just work without having to go through any hiccups or extra steps. Despite all those reasons that I just gave you, people are still gonna buy consoles. Why? It's honestly as simple as preference. Yes, you're probably better off building a PC, but some people don't want to go through all that and just want to play the game. What I'm finna say is gonna be purely my opinion, so you can agree or not. I really don't give a flying fuck. I don't mind if you disagree with me though. Honestly, I encourage it because I like having my viewpoint challenged. But this video is mostly just to say why I personally prefer Palworld over Pokemon any day, all day, every day. Let's go! Let's just remember, people, at the end of the day, it's just an internet video of me voicing my opinion so that somebody who doesn't understand my way of thinking can have an in-depth breakdown and insight into what I think and what I feel and how I see things. If you feel the need to take me saying I like this video game over the video game you like as a personal attack to you, I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart, I have no problem with you clicking off this video, and I want you to know you could suck my whole dick and balls simultaneously. I'm not one of these internet weirdo losers that doesn't know how to hit the block button and cut the screen off, and it's not my fault if you are. Those of you who are normal and sticking around, these are my reasons why I like Palworld over Pokemon. And the first one is because of more engaging combat. I don't know about you, but I personally never understood the fun of fighting like this.
Dwarf better. Dwarf sweet. Must you? This inane chatter pains me. Shut my head hurt.
A good opportunity. opportunity.
Known tastes good. Come on, man.
Now, before you try to come at me and call me a dumb poo-poo head, yes, I do understand the intricacies and strategy that can come with turn-based combat. But I'm not gonna hold you. If you ask me, which of these is more fun? Standing there while my opponent punches me in the face with a 12 damage attack, or pulling up on a random enemy and brandishing a firearm, then letting that motherfucker blow like bow, 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 bow. I can't honestly sit here and say I'm gonna pick the battle system where I just stand still and get punched in my dome while I wait for my turn to tickle my opponent. Like, fuck out of here, bro. Something else that I really enjoy about Palworlds combat system is that you get to essentially challenge yourself by playing against high level bosses if you want to. What I mean by this is that in Pokemon, if you have a level 1 Pidgeot and you try to go up against a level 12 Gyarados, let's just say you're the reason why Nurse Joy is still employed at all, if you catch my drift. While on the other hand, in Palworld, if you have a level 1 pal, you can fight a level 12 pal and defeat it, as long as you're creative with the way that you combat it. Something I usually do when going against pal bosses that are a little bit higher than me, I'll throw my pal out and let them attack while I shoot, and as soon as I see the boss character charge up their attack, I'll recall my pal and let them shoot their attack that's going to miss, because they can't dynamically aim in this game because the AI is a little bit sped. Now, while they're aiming at where my pal used to be, I'll deploy my pal behind them or in some area where the strike is not going to land, so that my pal has time to charge up their move and hit the boss while I run around and boom at him. During which my pal can take the brunt of the damage, which honestly speaking adds to one of my favorite things about
Palworlds realism.
Honestly speaking, if your phone had no power and you were in the middle of the woods with a Pikachu, you telling me that you're going to wait till you get an outlet to give your phone some juice? I thought so. Something I can say in favor of Palworld's indentured servant system is that it gives a sense of reality to what is otherwise a fantasy game. Like, let's be for real, my character's dead ass a pink skinned woman with purple hair. The thing that makes this game feel more real is that the pals have more use than just being a walking gun that you can pet, essentially. If you are unaware, Palworld is also a survival crafting game, meaning that you sometimes need to gather materials to craft items and run your base. The thing that usually cuts down my playtime on all these other shitty early access survival games is the annoyance of having to constantly gather materials and craft everything. Yet, Palworld, you can use every pal's unique physiology to your personal advantage for whatever you want to do.
Use them for your personal gain.
This one is a vicious forest animal, let it help you fight. This one has opposable thumbs, let that motherfucker put those hands to work crafting items. This little dude is fast, mount up and ride him all night long. No Diddy. Now, Palworld's not a perfect game, but this isn't a review, so I'm not about to tell you about any of the flaws of this game. Perfect game so far, 2024, game of the year, Cody, I don't care what anybody says. So I'm just going to keep telling you about the things I enjoy, like the
Survival exploration.
No, I'm not saying that no Pokemon has a variety of different beautiful environments to explore. What I am saying is that within this game, I am offered a new set of never before experienced parts of a map to poke around and look for secrets within. I get to go into different biomes and experience different creatures in their natural habitats, which again is not something exclusive to this game, but I just find it more fun to experience here rather than in Pokemon. Recently, Dragon Dogma 2's lead developer,
Hideaki Itsuno,
went viral within the gaming community for saying how he believes if your game needs fast travel, it's boring. Which, while in this game there's no shortage of fast travel points, I find to be true with this game as well. For me at least. Whenever you start a new save, or islands as they're referred to in game, in this game you start off with the map blacked out, but as you discover new places on it, you unlock more of the map, which allows you to see new fast travel points and also be able to tell where you're going whenever you go back to certain areas on the map. Unlocking fast travel points are as simple as walking up to them and pressing a singular button. One thing I can say though is a lot of the fast travel points in the late game areas are very far from each other, but the expectation is that by then you'll have either a very fast flying mount or a very fast land mount, in which case it wouldn't really matter that much, which is generally true. In regards to using pals like the fucking slaves they are, it automates a lot of the tedious things. In regards to these early access survival games, something that usually softens my snicker is base management. What, bro? I don't mind a little bit of base management here and there, but sometimes things can get extremely annoying. Especially with games that have in-depth crafting systems. The ability to assign pals to your bases and have them complete specific tasks honestly makes it so that you can choose to do whatever part you find most fun. You need a specific pal, but instead of waiting for a specific time of day and going to a specific spot on the map, you want to simulate what it's like to be on Overwatch Original before they lately had to disclose the drop rates of loot box items to players? Build a breeding farm. You don't like manually mining for ore so that you can produce caps to put that hot shit in a pal's ass, no diddy? Create an ore base. Do you have a Cativa supremacy domination bondage kink and want to see that pink little cat bust open that pink little hole? You're just a fucking weirdo. There's no in-game option to do that, and you honestly need to seek help, my nigga. Check his browser history. But for real though, those are just some of the things I enjoy about this game. There's a ton of things that this game does right and that this game does wrong. I just decided to share some of the things that I think this game does right with y'all. If you want to hear me talk about some things a game does that are right and wrong, you can click on the card on screen, or if you're on mobile, tap and finally watch a different video. Specifically about the finals, a game that refuses to buff the worst gun in the game as well as taking out my favorite grenade, but is still currently my favorite FPS, especially over Call of dog shit.